This video has taken elements of millionaire morning routines that are on YouTube and turned them into something attainable to anybody just starting out. And that includes someone like me. As one might become more comfortable with having these elements in place, things can be changed in order to become more efficient and more like those ideal millionaire routines. The night before. If you're anything like me, you may have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, especially when you're not necessarily obligated by anything like work or school. And it's not that I don't want to get up early, because the night before I'm always super hyped up to be extremely efficient and work-oriented the next day.
Time to do some push-ups.
But whenever I wake up to my first alarm, all that drive is gone, and I snooze until lunch, where a deadly spiral of negative thoughts let me believe that the entire day is lost because I didn't wake up when I wanted to. Now I want to ask, what might be the reason for that? After watching many Hamza videos and trying to see what works for myself, I found that there's actually two main things that can alter this chain of events. One is having something that you actually want to do the next day, and two is not letting yourself go unpunished for your mistakes. And that sounds pretty grim at first, but let me explain. First of all, having something that you want to do not out of obligation, but simply just wanting to do it is the perfect kind of thing to get you out of bed, because you'll actually want to do it. Secondly, when I say your mistakes should not go unpunished, I mean, what habits have you developed that are keeping you in this cycle? Particularly, do you sit on your phone and listen to music while falling asleep at like 3 a.m.? Continuing this habit essentially tells you that it's fine to keep doing what you're doing, which obviously it is not to the person watching this, because you want to change these bad habits of yours. What I'm saying you should do is set a time limit for your screen time, and even music too. The light from your phone keeps your brain awake, and so does music. In fact, music changes your mood, and later at night you don't want to be hyping yourself up, ready for anything to happen, but you do want that to be the case in the morning. Allow yourself to become extremely bored lying in bed. This will both be a lesson on using time wisely, but it will also allow you to focus only on sleeping, which is the priority task for nighttime. You'll know that those last few hours of your waking day will be lying in bed and being unproductive, so that's all the more reason to wake up earlier, to fit more activity hours into your day, filled with stuff that you actually want to do. Also use this time before going to bed to set an alarm for a time you consistently want to wake up at each and every morning. Just do this part like an hour before going to bed though, because the phone light isn't good for sleep, and place either your phone or alarm clock on the opposite side of the room, or somewhere hard to reach. This is important for the morning. When you hear that alarm going off, you are going to need to shut it off. And since it's farther away than just arm's reach, you need to get up out of bed to do this. This step is super crucial because it's where I admittedly mess up and makes me the most frustrated. Once the alarm is off, you need to fight the urge to get back into bed with everything you've got. I've been trying to consistently wake up earlier for a while now, and sometimes I'm just so groggy or lazy that I end up crawling right back into bed. In order for this to work, you are going to need to fight for it. Just start walking into a different area of the house. Particularly, go get some water. This is a super simple task that anyone could do, and it sets in motion the momentum for the rest of the morning. Then, as a final piece of the solidified routine, get a hoodie and get some shoes on and just go stand outside looking at the sky for like 2 minutes. Go wander around the backyard or go for a walk just around the corner of the block. Andrew Huberman, an American neuroscientist with a YouTube channel, says with the confidence of scientific research and statistics that getting direct sunlight into your eyes first thing in the morning sets the circadian clock because of all the light being processed into the brain. Even if the sun is hidden behind clouds, even if it's wintertime, I would suggest getting those 2 minutes in, because setting the circadian clock means developing a rhythm, and that rhythm means it will get easier and easier to wake up when you want to, because it's your new normal. And at a certain point, you won't even need an alarm because you'll just wake up automatically at the same time every day. Now that you're awake, your time is your own, but just because you are awake now doesn't mean that you could still crawl back into bed later, which is also something that I've done in the past. The best counteraction for this is to do something productive, whether that's work on something you've been wanting to work on, get a workout in, or simply making breakfast. All of these things would only add to the momentum of the day, and furthermore, keep you from crawling back into bed. To elaborate, I would suggest just not waking up and doing nothing, because then what was the point of even waking up early, and what stimulation or duty is there for you to do in those hours other than be bored and fall back asleep? sleep. I myself have made a daily checklist which I follow through every day, which consists of 7 a.m., which is wake up time, sun, getting those 2 minutes in, meditation, my work, and then stretching later on after I've exercised. This checklist simply tracks your consistency and encourages the habit of being a consistent and disciplined person. If you are able to commit to these things in this video, I can say that you will see progress, because even I have, and I used to absolutely suck with waking up early, especially when it came to waking up for myself and not something external like school or work or friends. Although I would say give this routine a week before modifying it if you are going to try it. Of course you could be doing more than this in the morning, but then so why haven't you been? If this wasn't a problem in the first place, then there would be no need for this video or any video like this. So trust me, just do this for a week, because the time is gonna pass anyway, and then gradually add in other habits which you think would make your morning even more productive.